Hello and welcome to this speed gaming event of the Hybrid Major Glitch Tournament 2023. We have an insane matchup for you. I am surprised this is not the finals, to be honest. We have got Chexhuman, who I believe is first seeded in this tournament, against Skele in the second seed. So absolutely wonderful matchup here. I promise you is lined up for you. So let's see what Saha Bot has in store for us today, what he's rolled, where the trolls are. Let's have a bit of fun. Looks like everything's ready to go, so they should be starting at any moment now. So currently, Skele taking away game one, going 1-0 up against Chex. So a win here would see him through the losers final. Of course, Chex, you know, an absolutely incredible runner, not just with the glitches, but also NMG runs as well. Just amazing. So will not be taken down lightly, and will be fighting 100%. And the winner here will go against Gamachu, who I believe is third seeded. So it doesn't get any easier. Chex picking up a King of Samaria there. In the Sanctuary. Meanwhile, Skele doing one of the other opens and just going straight with a hobo. Again, another red item. A little less useful this time. Oh, that's a really nice tree pull there. Some nice early bombs before even getting into CAC. I've seen Chex before. I know he likes to put off CAC. So we might not see a CAC visit straight away. He might just climb the mountain from here. We'll see what Skele decides to do. That's a glove. Oh, wow. Not very often do you see a Agaseed in a HMG. But the thing is, glove is a very questionable item. It is only really needed for Ice Palace. And a few other checks as well. So it's a bit like in a normal seed when you see a bow there. You're like, do I need to go get it? Do I not? Like, there's certain things that glove/titans put into logic, but bit of a nasty item, but you know what? These runners are more than capable, and it's kind of these are kind of the items you want to see. So I believe it was a Pendant Eastern, 5/6 crystal there in Desert, and just a normal crystal in Hera. Check's getting fairies this time. And there's the bomb prize for Skele. Perfect. Decided to go into Kakariko first. Never a bad idea. Like, I know in HMG or in any glitch runs, some runners decide to put it off, which seems the route which Skele is doing. So he's going to see that glove very shortly. As we pick up a mushroom there in Blind's Hut. And this will probably be a mountain climb here for Skele. There we go, a few nice hops, and now we just need to get back into bounds. Nicely done. Heart container there on top of Spec Rock. Might pick that up. It's still early enough that it's not a bad pickup. So let's see what kind of layout here Hera has for us, because big key and small key kind of tell us a few things about how this seed's going to be. So no keys in Hera. It does mean Hera is Misery Mire locked. As Chex picks up a blue mail. Of course, with Hera Pot, we don't necessarily need to go to Misery Mire. Oh, that's a Quake medallion. Might pick it up, might leave it. It's not super required right now. We won't technically need a... Oh, we are going to pick it out, though. Yeah, Misery Mire is the only dungeon that we're going to hard require the medallions. Turtle Rock, where there are definitely ways around it. Even if the seed logically does require us to go through the front door. But I guess with that early Samaria, it's not a bad idea. Oh, this is funny. The Chex is going for a fake powder. Really good time to do this. We picked up that Samaria and Mushroom. Really, really good time. Just a piece of heart. Not really super required. Skele now rescuing the old man. Gives us a nice save and quit and gets a book. Some reading material there from the old man. A little bit unfortunate, because I don't know if we're going to really wrap around. Actually, we probably will wrap around to Hera. Does make sense. Green pendant pod. We all love a pendant pod. There's a fairy with a yeah, fairy and a bottle there for Chex. I mean, a huge divergence really early here. Like, I'm having to use both my eyes to keep an eye on these guys, as we've now kind of converging here in South Shore. But both different routes, different ideas. I don't think either of them have got a massive advantage right now. Like, we didn't find any huge pieces of progression so far. Chex was thinking about leaving that chest behind. Decided to go back in for it, though. We'll get 3 bombs, so not the worst. Gives us a few extra shots here at Mini Moldom. Oh, and Chex picks up the half magic as well, so could decide to use the Samaria, yep, which is what he's doing. Oh, that Moldorm was just being a bit silly there. Nice hook shot. We will take that and bombos. Okay, not bad mini Moldorms at all. We're both deciding that's good enough. So I wonder if this is a Kakariko check here from Skele. And Chex looks like this might be a desert play. So there wasn't too much in Kakariko. The only difference is Skele will have that book, so if he decides to go into the desert, he can check out Bombo's tablet. Decided not, actually. What have we skipped out on here? Oh, this is the Sick Kid check, of course. Nothing there. Not today. I like that Chex does this way. He's the only person I see do this. There's probably others, but he's the only one that I actually see go in from this way. Oh, and it's a boom pearl. Probably want that. So no chaotic moon pearl for us today, unfortunately. Fortunately for the runners. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's not usually worth to make that jump, doing it that way. But the way Chex routed, it would definitely be worth doing it. So I wonder if Skele's going to decide to also fake powder here. Nope. Not bothered about that. Super out of logic anyway. And he's not missing anything for it, so it's good to skip it. We'll pick this up now the more conventional way that we see. As we find a blue cane here in desert. One more check here. Are we going to find the last item? Otherwise the last one's on the boss. Nope. Last item on the boss. So we will come back to do this later. So this will probably be a save and quit here from Agina. Of course, Skele's going to have that extra check of Bombo's tablet, so it'll be interesting to see if anything's there. It might take Chex a little while to get back there, if there is. And at least Skele will have that information. So where do we go now? Oh, we still haven't got anything towards Agar access, so logically we're still not thinking about that glove. So this might be a Hobo Ice Rod cave here from Chex. And possibly into Zora. Probably into Zora Chex. We've got the rupees for it. And we are getting a little low on locations. Actually, no, we're not. We've got the Moon Pearl. We've got Dark World. So what's on Bombo's tablet for us today? Just a shield. Well, for all those shield haters out there, we will not be picking up that one at least. Oh wow, that is a really poor waterfall for Harry. 6 rupees in total. He trades his fairy for a red potion. Unfortunately, it wasn't blue. Blue would have been really nice. Could have given us some shenanigans that we could get up to. So with that hook shot, it means we don't have to worry that Hera is Maya locked right now. So we can just do it whenever, but it's good to keep that in mind. So nothing on either of the tablets. We're not too worried about that. Nothing on Zora. So Chex is going to be able to rescue the old man straight away. Doing a little bit more traditional here. Although saying that, I feel like DMAs, there's so many these days that there isn't a standard anymore. It's just very opportunal. Still without a weapon, though. Well, like a hammer or a sword or something. Our best weapon's still kind of the red cane. Or bombs, I guess. Hey, nothing in Paradox. So where do we go from here? Like, we haven't really got anything that kind of gives us any indication what we want to do next. I guess Front of Escape's not a bad play. There are a bunch of items here. Relatively simple to get to. Especially with the items that we got currently. Decided to leave Dark World alone for a little bit longer. Ooh. Probably not impressed seeing that one. It's a little unfortunate, so it might be a little while till we have a shovel check. Moldorm's playing around there with Chex, not being nice with him. It's a bit rough when you haven't got a sword, trying to dash around. So I wonder if who's going to be the first to go into Dark World here. Like, I feel like there's not much left in Light World for us. I mean, Skele is being very conservative with his plays. Or so is Chex. But it looks like we're not going to get any hammer or gloves until Dark World. You don't often see bomb escape in a HMG seed. And it looks like Chex is following suit as well, so we'll be checking out escape here, or at least the front of escape. Like Skele might be setting up for a death warp. I don't think he's got a fairy in that bottle that Chex had and got rid of. Thankfully, that heart piece there did not give Skele the refill there, so... It's a Dark Cross for Skele. Not technically in logic just yet. And if this is a small key, then he's got questions. Do you keep going? Because potentially we could be using that key rack key later in Hera. So we will lose that opportunity if he decides to keep going. Did get a full magic drop out in the dark there. That was kind of interesting. Oh, and there's the small key, so... He's deciding to keep going. So worst situation, Skele may have to use a Maya small key to open up Swamp. We'll see how it plays up. Hera could have the small key upstairs. Chex with the half magic, just using the boomer blue cane. As Skele is using B strats, so loving it, loving all the different ways to get through this. Nothing there. If Skele does, if Chex decides to leave that alone, he's gonna save time. And he is. There's the save and quit. Wow, that was really quick. No one's gone to pod yet. We've only really searched Lightworld. So we've basically seen everything apart from Eastern Palace in the Lightworld. And this shovel check. And this is the mushroom hand in here for Chex. So we haven't seen that yet either. But I wonder what's on their mind. So they're gonna... So Skele's gonna do Zora now. So will he decide to do these last locations or just bite the bullet? Time to go to Dark World. It does seem like Lightworld's running a little bit dry. He's gone to the old man. Oh, that's a fire rod. That's a nice find there. So I wonder if this is Graveyard Ledge into the potion shop, the mushroom hand in. Finds the other boomerang. We've now successfully found both boomerangs. And yeah, this looks like it might be a potion shop. Oh no, it's going to be a... Oh no, it's a water walk. I thought, is this Houlihan? I was like, well, are we doing Houlihan? Nope, setting up the water walk so we can just quickly hop. That was very, very nice. Don't often see these strats. They're still very even on finds right now. We'll see what Skele decides to do next as Chex is checking the Darklift Mountain. And Skele might be doing the same here. So we're going to take the back door here to Hookshot Cave. Because we do not have the glove, but it is in logic. I can see our tracker has put Ice Palace as a pendant. I actually didn't see the map check, but if that's the case, we might not need any gloves this seed. Ooh, that was a very nice stop there from Chex, like stopping himself just before that line will get in his way. Oh, and this is a laser bridge play, okay. You know what, why not? Like, you got Fire Rod and Samaria. Like, the chances are there's this is actually in logic. Well, minus the lamp. Still kind of need that to put this in logic, but definitely a good play. Definitely a worthwhile play, given the items that we got currently. And we find a mirror, so yes. Even though not 100% required, it's a very nice item to find. I didn't catch the medallion there on Turtle Rock, but it's not super important information for us. So Skele having the same idea as well. The only difference is Chex. I was going to say he might isolate the big chest, but with that mirror, he's just going to go through that door. And we'll be able to mirror out at the end and check the big chest. Unfortunately, because we don't have that hammer, we will not be able to do Mimic Cave. So I believe if Chain Chomps here is a small key, then regardless of the medallion for Turtle Rock, this dungeon's in logic. It's a small key, so I think it's in logic anyway. Because we can't even get through the front even if we had the medallion. I can see the tracker. Thank you has put it as a quake, so... We have the medallion, we just don't have the sword for it. Oh, never mind. There's the hammer. So that's working out really, really nicely for Chex. He's going to be able to mirror back and do the big chest and Mimic Cave. Oh, Chain Chomp's getting in the way a little bit there. I mean, it's going to work out for Skele as well. So we'd be able to go to Lava Chest. Laser Bridge, I should say. And he's going to get his mirror, so he'll be able to come back. So it does work. He just doesn't know it yet. So we've actually got a lot of the seed opened up to us right now. We could end up in a sword hunt at the end, I'm feeling like, with this one. And they always feel bad. Chex. I was going to say, you're not deciding to do Mimic Cave? I was having a moment there, but... thankfully decided to go and do it. And just a heart piece. The Total Rock was definitely the right play here. Just get that done. And run through it. With that hammer, Chex is deciding, you know what, I want to get some points on the board here. I want to get some information for Hera, which is good. We'll get to know the key situation. That guy was like, no, you check that chest. Is it just a compass? I mean, for Chex, he's going to have the option of stealing the key out of Hyrule Castle. And Dark Cross, should he need to later. Skele will need to take the small key from Maya, unless small key drops here on Moldorm, or a big key, which will then give us the big chest. I believe we've only found one item in Misery Mire, so we found a map compass and a small key. So I'm not too worried about that right now. We've got enough information. And we've got other things that we can be going to do anyway right now. Very nice there from Chex. Still missing a sword though. Oh, this is interesting. Is Skele going actually back in? So did not save and quit, so they can't even save scum this small key. This could be a big moment here if something ends up important in Hera Basement. I mean, if this is the big key here, that's just more of a nuisance for Skele. We'll then have to decide whether he wants to go up or just carry on. Oh, the big key. That's not really what Skele was hoping for. But he's committed to the play. So nothing so far in Thieves Town that's important for us. Just the old bug net. And all that effort for 10 arrows. So as long as Chex can avoid that, that's a little bit more time that he's going to save there. Yeah, I would have thought they would have tried to save scum it, but then I don't want to question these runners because that's why they're so far in this tournament, and I left quite early. We've got more divergence here. Skele deciding to check out GT. A lot of checks here that are in play. It'd be nice to see a sword soon. And Chex remembering he doesn't have a glove. Meanwhile, all these enemies in the bridge deciding to electrocute themselves and get in his way. Alright, compass room. Nothing important there. Chex found a shield there in the maiden cell, so that's all 3 shields now found. There's our sword, and we get a bow there on Skele's side. So 1 sword down. And the second bow, okay. Funny enough, we don't need a bow this seed. Logically we do for the climb, but we can just mimic clip that. So although that's a great find, finding silvers, it's not really what he was looking for. If anything, we're just kind of looking for one more sword and some flippers and an ice rod. As Chex picks up his second crystal there in Thieves Town. Yes, we don't even need a glove this seed, and we've already found one on Lumberjack Ledge, so there's that big question mark with that one as well. If Ice Rod's in checkerboard or somewhere that's glove locked, and that's the only glove around, we're probably going to need it. Nice chest turn. The red cane in this seed was in Sanctuary. Literally the first thing we picked up. So GT's so far not paying out huge for Skele. We did find the silvers, bow and the silvers. Oh, and there's the flippers. Okay, that's a lot more important. That's a really good find there for Skele. I think that was Bombos there for Misery Mire. No, I think it was Quake. I believe it was Quake. And there's our second sword. So we essentially are no mode Ice Rod hunt. I'm sure Chex will go to GT at some point, and Skele will do his Thieves Town into Maya Desert, find all the swords. We'll have to spend a little bit time opening up Swamp from Maya. But with those flippers, I mean, that works out really, really well for Skele. Because once he's finished with Maya, he can just go straight into Swamp, which is also required. No, unfortunately for Skele, he's decided to go into Skullwoods first. If he went to Thieves Town, he could have picked up his fighter sword and just done this in one shot. However, Chex has kind of put this off. It went the opposite way, so might not get back to Skullwoods for a little while. So if Ice Rod does end up being here, or even a sword, so he can finish it, this might work out really well for Skele. Okay, that's one item. If we're able to find the second item, then we just don't have to worry about it. Unfortunately for Chex now, he's going to pick up his mirror shield. Oh no. Fighter shield. I thought he already picked one of those up. Never mind. I lied. Wow, what happened with that octopus thing? He just kind of fell in the hole, but just kept sliding. That was strange. So there's the second item. So for Skele, he can forget about Skullwoods. How unhype is Hype Cave going to be today? I mean, we're only looking for Ice Rod, so... So this is also a GT play here from Chex. No, it's not. It's a Pyramid Fairy. No, it's not. It's just a DMD. Ah, Skullwoods, yeah. So continuing the I've got crystals that I can clear, I'm going to do them. Goes straight to the back. Unfortunately, the second item will be at the front for him. So we'll have to walk out, won't be able to save and quit. We'll be able to do a ped check. Was a little out of the way there for Skele. Skele didn't even try to get the pixel there in Thieves Town. I guess without a sword, it's a little less useful. With this music, I feel like I'm waiting in an elevator. That for a Master Sword Moth fight, that was very, very good. So will we get a ped check here from Chex? I mean, the only thing that could really be of any importance on it would be Ice Rod, but it'd be quite funny if the second glove is on pedestal. Well, actually, no, that's impossible. No ped check, though. Yeah, Ice Palace is pendant. So, yeah. It can't be the second glove. Nope, no ped today. Ice Rod is not on pedestal. So Check's now going to clean up the rest of Skull Woods, find his second item at the front, which isn't anything important. We might see Skele heading down, picking up his second sword, going into Mire, and then going into Swamp right after. Leaving Skull Woods for a little bit longer, like it's not high on priorities. No, both items are out of there. I thought he did, but our tracker hasn't marked it, so I'm going to go with what the tracker has put. Shout outs to Other Tom, who is tracking today. Glove only gives us certain locations. If Ice Palace was a crystal, we would need it. It only opens up things like Checkerboard Cave. Flippers we still need for Swamp. So that one will be required because that's a crystal. We don't necessarily need Bow because both Pod and Eastern are pendants, but we do have both of them sitting in GT. Okay, we're getting a hammer pegs check. I like it. Yes, so Chex is going to get it now. He's going to get his bow, and then his silvers, and then he flippers in the GT big chest. And then we will be in a very, very similar situation. That's a good question. I thought he picked it up, but I might not have been paying attention. So I'm checking out the VOD. He definitely ran in, looked at it, and left. So he definitely knows where that Quake is. Unless he's forgotten about it, which is a possibility. So we could see both of these runners converging quite soon into Misery Mire. Well, I guess we'll find out. Maybe he's he won't. Yeah, after GT, if he, I would assume that he'd want to go to Misery Mire and Swamp. So that would probably be the time he'd go and pick it up. Especially for Chex, who seems to be very focused on clearing dungeons. However, he might decide to climb here. There is those 4 extra Chex upstairs that Skele hasn't looked at yet. Which could be the Ice Rod. So Skele here going to get his Master Sword. Won't be having to worry about that, which will be a good feeling. And for what it's worth, I think Skele now is in full Ice Rod hunt and knows he is. As Chex is about to pick up his flippers and will also be in Ice Rod hunt once he picks up Quake, which he knows about. So we're going to get some new locations here in Misery Mire that we haven't seen yet. It looked like a really nice setup there for Chex, but unfortunately the armor's just kind of got away from him a little bit. So that's a mirror, and here we go. GT climb for Chex. Oh, God Mire for Skele. I mean, it's really going to... Well, I don't know. Is it really going to come down to who finds the Ice Rod first? Skele is just deciding to do the boss. Wants to get that information. I guess it'll make it a little bit easier because he is thinking about going to Swamp afterwards, which makes sense. So we can just do it now, see if we need to do cutscene or not. And of course, no lamp. I was really hopping away from him there. Chex already speeding his way through this. Okay, another small key. So we are still looking for 2 items here in Misery Mire, so we might see a bit of a full clear for Skele. Some new checks for us. Ah, the last key. Not even going to bother with that one, just leave that there. Tempered sword. That's a nice find. So Skele just doing cutscene anyway. He's just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Bomb jump through the wall. And no ice rod in the climb though, so we are still looking. We've got one more item to find in Misery Mire. And that is not it. Oh, nice triple there. Really nice. Oh my days. No! Why are you a jerk there, Aga? That would be such a beautiful triple. Gets the climb. There's the glove. Okay. Okay, game. So we can check award now. Yay. And there's the lamp. What a ridiculous lamp. Check's going... Okay, he's going to clean the rest of this up. This is going to lose him a bit of time that he potentially could have saved. I am starting to worry if he's forgotten about that quake. Thankfully for these guys, they've got the mirror, so they're going to have a nice way to get back into Swamp here. So let's see what Chex does next. Like, his next moves could be really important here. He's mirroring. Is this a catfish play? Oh, no, it's the swim clip. It could also potentially for Chex be him saying, like, I don't want to search all these dungeons. I want to have a look around first. Nothing there. So we get the Specky. So this is Hammer Pegs. Skele has already checked that. And for Chex, if he had the Quake, this could have been a nice way for him to get back into Misery Mire area. But hopefully he goes up the mountain now. Yes, that's good. That's a good start. And goes into Spectacle Rock. Because he is starting to fall a little bit behind here on Skele with dungeons. No, this is a pod play. I don't think he remembers the Quake is in Spectacle Rock. He has definitely looked at it. Okay, I'm hoping he's just remembered. And this is the Quake. No. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. He's remembered. Oh, is there another way to get there? Oh, that's really unfortunate. That'd be really cool to see that. So nothing in swamp. Skele not going to left side swamp. I think we found a compass at the front, so there's at least... I didn't really see what was in the rest of it. Could just be another small key and the map. Oh, setting up a super jump here. I wonder if we're going to go the, yes, the RMG way in. We're going to see a really wild Misery Mire right now. With screen roll-ins and all kinds of nonsense happening. I love it. Yeah, a little unfortunate. It's super cool with the ether. You basically turn into Thor. So we are starting to run a little low on locations for both these guys, and these pendants are starting to look a little bit more ominous. And we'll also see how Chex routes out Misery Mire here. Because Chex does still have the error small key. So it's less important for him to go through Misery Mire. And we will pick up a glove in here, so might decide to check Checkerboard Cave. And we'll see what his thinking is. Meanwhile, new check here on Skele's side. Catfish. Just that location that can bite so many people. today. Just a piece of heart. So with those lamps and sword, actually Titan's Mit's locations are in logic, and that includes the blacksmith and purple chest. Okay, Chex's done a really interesting spooky. I've never seen that fire rod shot down below to knock the pegs back. That's super cool. Missing a few arrows though. So with that refill, I think this is a GT climb here from Skele. So after this climb, they're pretty much neck and neck with dungeons. So we'll be able to see who's got kind of the slight advantage. At least with dungeon clears, required dungeon clears, because then it might just come down to a shot in the dark of what plays they're going to do next. Because they're mostly done with the overworld for both of them. I mean, Skele still hasn't done Skull Woods, but it's less of a priority because he's already got both items out of there. So Chex will pick up his Tempered Sword here. Be happy to see that, I'm sure. A nice little chest turn. And once he does the lobby chest, he'll get his glove. And then we'll see if he mirrors out, goes checkerboard, or if he just carries on and goes into swamp from here. Yeah, it looks like he's going to swamp. Nicely done. Oh, even saving a bit of time here, but able to open the big chest. That was really nice there. Nice time save there for Chex. Chex decided to scout out the swamp. Opening the big chest for the big key. Okay, that makes sense. At least one of them has checked Ice Rod Cave. I believe Chex has done it. Oh, that Moldor was just like, nah, get out. This is my platform. Round 2. I'll have to pay a bit more attention to what's in the back of Swamp, but I believe it might just be the small key in the map. This is where they all sit on top of each other. I'm taking an extra cycle over Chex, but not a big deal. So Skele's going to be the first one. Like, he's just slightly ahead. At least in terms of required dungeons. Actually, no, not really, because he still needs to go back to do Skullwood, so I'd say it's still pretty even then. Oh no. Okay, so here's Skele doing a little bit of cleanup here with Ice Rod Cave. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a hard choice of what pendant they want to do. Because none of them seem particularly appealing. I guess you've got the Pod, Green Pendant, and Eastern combo. So maybe you want to go do that. We've also got that Blacksmith and Purple Chest, which is technically in Logic. Although you're going to have to do a little bit of shenanigans to actually get those checks done. Okay, this is Checkerboard Cave. Now we've got that glove. And just a green potion. Okay, so there is still one item left side. We've got a small key on left side Swamp plus one item. Chex actually decided to go back in for left side Swamp. Okay. Meanwhile, Skele's making the play now. It's time for Pod. We have 5+1 items in here. It's definitely not a bad play at all. So we're going to get some... Oh! Chex? Oh! I mean, there is still one item in there, but decided to leave halfway through. I mean, it's only left side Swamp. It's never messed up anyone's races before, right? Going to... Okay, this is checkerboard then for him. Skele picks up the big key to Pod. So what does Chex want to do now? Is possibly the pod Eastern play as well? I mean, for Skele, he still hasn't checked Zaha's closet. And I believe that was the half magic that Chex has had. Just complete garbage here in the front of pod. Hey, a Tomb Raider. I mean, Chex still has the Skull Woods advantage. But if it is here in pod, Skele definitely has the clear advantage. I think this is a catfish play here from Chex. And then probably into pod afterwards. However, so far, nothing. Yeah, we needed the hammer. It was the GT Big Key was in DM room, I believe. I mean, the thing for Chex right now, if he decides to go into Eastern Palace afterwards, Chex knows Ped is dead. Where Skele hasn't checked it, so Skele might decide to continue forward and pick up a pendant if it's for no reason. So we're going to get some full-on hammer strats here. Okay, well, not in pod, unless it's on that green pendant. So Skele still hasn't done Saha's closet yet. So we'll be able to pick up his half magic and all the bits in there as well. Of course, if we find powder as well, Chex has done fake powder early. So that's potentially another little time loss there for Skele later. And just an empty bottle. Didn't even fill it for us. And yes, Ice Palace with the new logic does require Titan's Mitts. We have ways to get it in. We don't need them. So here we go, Eastern Palace. So if Ice Rod's in here, I think Skele might still have a tiny advantage. It's not going to be much. And that's kind of good news, actually, for Skele, finding the map there. So there's only a compass. And there we go. At 121.18, Skele has found the ice rod and is in go mode. I mean, Chex is going to be there really soon. But will it be enough? It's going to be very tight. Yeah, I mean, in Chex's situation, he absolutely does, Helmer. He might decide to hold off on that green pendant, though, which would actually save him some time. This is going to be really intense. Like, these small little decisions at the end could make or break this seed. Like, this is no one's game right now. Skele might have a tiny advantage, but it's definitely not decided yet. Yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to a couple of decisions. Will he check the green pendant? I mean, Skele could go for Skudge Woods and literally be right in there, which could save him a little bit of time here. So this is good news for Chex. He is mirroring and going straight into Eastern. No, he's not. He's going to hand in the green pendant. So again, a time loss here for Chex. But we'll be picking up his ice rod soon, and then only has to clear Trinex. However, Skele's now done with Trinex and only has to kill Moth. And this is Skudge Woods. Always a little bit scary. Okay, we're in. Chex is now about to pick up his go mode here. I mean, we're going to probably see a double Ganon fight, which is fantastic for how far we are and how good these runners are. Yes, Skele already on the boss here. Takes Just that heart of damage to get rid of those sword beams. Chex does the mirror wrap. Gets himself onto laser bridge. It's going to be a quick fight, but is it going to be enough time? So Skele actually decided not to get to pyramid from there and just going to go a bit more of a traditional way. Yeah, Check's only about a minute behind. And we'll be picking up his crystal any moment now and be on his way as well over to that Ganon fight. So a phase 4 fall from Skele. Kind of what Chex needs now to get back into this one. And of course, Chex fighting for his tournament life does need to get this win. Skele, if he wins, does move on to the finals of the loser bracket. He decided to use some Aria strats. That's cool. A bit of an awkward spot there. He's down to 3 hearts. Using some cape and half magic. Chex is now walking towards the pyramid as well. Like a fall here from Skele would put him dead even. If Ganon ever stops teleporting. There we go. We're on to phase 4. Just 4 arrows between Skele and the next part of the tournament. Ooh. One more. And as long as he manages to cross the bridge, Skele will be the victor of this race and of this set as well. Let's get your GGs in chat. Skele finishes with an official race time of 1:28.22. As it looks like Chex is going to finish up the Ganon fight, might as well. I mean, what a race. This was incredibly close. And this is exactly what I wanted from this race. Chex now onto phase 4. Does miss the torch glitch, but not a big deal. And gets the 4th arrow into Ganon. Get your GGs in chat for Chex. Who comes 2nd in this race. Finishing at a time of 1:29.41, so about a minute and 20 difference between them. And we have Skele in chat. GG.
Hey, thanks. GG.
Yeah, how was that for you?
I feel like that went pretty great. first race we did, even though I won, I felt like I kind of was really sloppy at points. But this one, I feel good about my execution. I think I also got a bit lucky, maybe, with how I chose to route the Dark World.
Yeah, I mean, you basically ended up doing the same things anyway. You just got to pod and Eastern a bit faster than Chex.
Yeah, I was feeling like maybe my Turtle Rock dip, like dipping Turtle Rock before any kind of DMD or anything like that, felt like that might have paid off really well. Not sure what he did there, but finding the hammer, and I think there's something else in Turtle Rock as well.
Yeah, there's mirror.
Yeah, the mirror.
Hmm.
That felt pretty good.
Yeah, he actually went straight into the laser bridge, so got the mirror first before the hammer.
Okay.
So yeah, you're pretty much even up to that point. Like you kind of routed your light worlds a little bit different, but you didn't really find much. And yeah, both ended up in Turtle Rock around the same time, and then diverged again for Dark World. So it was a really, really interesting race. Obviously, you got your bows, silvers, and flippers. So you was able to do Mire into Swamp. Chex knew about the Quake, but didn't pick it up, so I had to go back for it.
Oh, okay. I forgot where Quake even was.
It was inside Spectacle Rock.
Oh, right. I almost skipped that, actually.
Yeah, I guess he kind of wanted to wait to see if he'd need it for not.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's really easy to get back there if you're just allowed to clip all over the place.
Yeah,
or like you could do it like into Kiki Skip or something like that later as well.
Yeah, that's what Chex tried, but from what Mamo was saying, he got lost on the way.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there was a few unfortunate things as well on his side. Like he went back into Swamp to go to left side Swamp and then mirrored about halfway through. So I lost a little bit of time there. But there was other things that he did like really well as well. I think he'll be joining us in a minute. Like was able to check the Hera big chest with the Maya big key and stuff like that. So saved up a little bit of time here and there. And welcome Chex. GG's.
GG.
GG's.
Yeah, how did that feel for you, Chex?
Oh, that was another long seed.
Yeah, just ended up in that ice rod hunt once again.
And in Sphere 1, the classic,
Yep.
it was just there the whole time.
Yeah, I had a good feeling that Sphere 1 was not yet complete. So I wanted to go to Eastern, but just never did.
Yeah, I mean, you're very close because you picked up that half magic very early in the seed, whereas Skele literally picked it up when he was doing Pod Eastern at the end.
Yeah, I was going to feel kind of dumb if Ice Rod was in Sahas's closet after doing all of Pod. But I figured if it's there, I'm probably going to lose anyway, because he probably checked Sahas a long time ago. In fact, if Pod wasn't Green Pennant, I probably would have even done Eastern before Sahas. I don't know.
Yeah, because Chex had a little bit of extra knowledge. He was able to check Pedestal. So you had a little bit more reason to go to Pod first as well, I guess.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about Pedestal. I was also very nervous about Smith Chain.
Yes.
Because I don't know how to do that. I know you can, but I never learned it. Like the YBA thing.
Yeah, you got the YBA, you got the mirror wraps or screen wraps with portal displacement.
Yeah, so I figured if it came down to that, I was probably just gonna like Google it instead of doing AGA.
Google might lead you to mirror jump, which would be the worst thing possible. Also a possibility.
I mean, how did it feel when you saw that glove up there at the beginning of the seed, and then just the second glove just turned up like so much later into the seed? Were you nervous about Titans opening stuff up at all?
I was a little bit. I think seeing the glove there is kind of part of why I put off DMD for a while. Because I figured I was going to have to do it eventually anyway, and I just wanted to make sure I could have my like Dark World trip be as productive as possible. Because I wasn't sure if I'd ever find a glove, really. So if I'm going to have to do DMD to get to like Village of Outcasts, I want to try to do it in one big go.
I thought it was a spicy placement. I've seen gloves hardlock each other and progression, so I knew it was a possibility. I was a little concerned because I'm rusty on back of escape, but and the slope swim into back of escape, but I didn't need to use it, so it was fine.
Yeah, I mean this race, like it was an incredible race, really. Like it just like I was saying to Skele before you arrived, like your light worlds, you both were very diverse with your routing, and then just kind of converged on Total Rock, and then once Dark World hit, you kind of diverged again. So it was just small little plays here and there that just kind of decided this race, really. And I can't even say decided because it was really anyone's game. Once we knew it was an ice rod hunt at the end, and we were kind of like knowing it was pendants.
I was really regretting going back for the second item in Hera. That felt like unnecessarily conservative, so I kind of hated it like 5 seconds into doing it, and I was like, well, I gotta commit to it at this point.
Yeah, we were wondering because you didn't even set yourself up to save scum the key, and was like, okay, well, you've just dedicating yourself, I'm gonna need to go to Misery Maya to go into Swamp.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I knew Meyer was a crystal at least. If Meyer was a pennant, then I definitely would not have done that, I think.
Okay.
I figure if I'm going to Meyer anyway, I can probably just do it then.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, if you get a chance, I recommend watching it back. It was really was a great race from both of you.
Thanks.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you've got any more things. I'm out of questions.
I forgot I got a compass in Swamp Palace, so I couldn't count items correctly. So I could have either saved time by skipping left side completely, or could have lost time by going for it in the end.
Yeah.
So, oh well. Thanks all for participating. Obscure for commentating. It was a fun tourney. I'm a little burned out on HMG, so glad to be out of it, but looking forward to more glitches, more tournaments in the future. Congrats, Skele. GG, and look forward to seeing the rest of the tourney.
Yeah, GG's. It was a fun match. And yeah, thanks Obscure for commenting, especially at like last second.
Yeah, no worries. I'm glad I jumped in because I really enjoyed this. So thank you both for putting on such a great race. And for everyone else, give them a follow as well. Like they do play a lot of normal rando. They play a lot of glitch rando. So if you want to see more, shout outs to them. Go watch them. Pretty cool guys. Yeah, commiserations, Chex. But you put in a fantastic performance, getting so far in this tournament. So well done to you. Yeah. And yeah, congratulations, Skele. Moving on against Gamachu, another titan of Randomizer.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. I mean, Chex also was very scary. And also Tam was really scary. Everyone left is really scary.
Oh, absolutely. There's no easy matches now until the finals. So yeah, I think Malmo mentioned we're down to the winners and loser bracket finals now. So very close to the conclusion of this tournament. So yeah, best of luck for you. There will be a new name on that tile up on the bridge, whatever it's called. So looking forward to that and seeing who's able to get their name on that. So yeah, good luck to everyone. Good luck, Skele. I'm looking forward to this. But yeah, thank you to my tracker as well, Other Tom. Give them a follow as well. Been tracking a lot of these games, so thank you so much. I am Obscure Lifeform. Yeah, hopefully get to see you in these last few matches, these finals. Take care, everyone. Have a good night, and see you soon.